Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a video based on these Runway Room products that literally have changed my life. Like the difference in my skin, it is literally the secret to how I get this beautiful glowing bronzy complexion. I constantly get asked questions on my Instagram from you guys about how my skin looks like this, what are my secrets, and these are my secrets. I'm going to tell you today. It is 3 simple easy steps, literally foundation, concealer, and the glow palette, but you need to know how to use them correctly. And it's not just any foundation or any concealer, you need to use the right ones, and I have found the right ones. And this is literally how I do my makeup every day because I'm constantly getting complimented on my skin. And I wanted to share this with you guys and make this a real video so you guys can see that I'm not perfect. I have my flaws. I have a grey complexion. I look horrendous when I wake up in the morning, but then these products save my life. So if you want to know my secrets, then keep watching. So I'm going to show you guys how I get my glow. So I've really quickly just primed my face with the Runway Room Flawless Finish Primer. I always do this to just create a barrier between my skin and my foundation, just purely because I feel like it sort of just fills in some of my pores on my cheeks, and it honestly is a lot easier for me to take off my makeup when I have a primer on. I'm going to be showing you guys some packs. I'm doing this video with Runway Room today, as you guys know, literally my favorite makeup brand ever. Even when I'm not doing videos on my day-to-day life and my day-to-day makeup routine, I'm choosing to use these products all the time. Like literally 99% of the time I'm using everything Runway Room. I have a code for you guys. I always have codes for you guys when I'm working with Runway Room. So the code is MIAGLOW at checkout. So the packs are, I'm going to read them to you. The basic summer glow pack is the glow palette, which is this bad boy, my favorite thing ever. This has the Vegas Sunset Bronzer, Peach Punch Blush, and the Illuminator, which is like everything you need for your cheeks. The Face Base Foundation, which is this one. A foundation brush, a kabuki brush, which I use literally every single day. Like I don't use any other brush for my foundation. So the original price for this is $164.90. But if you use my code MIAGLOW, it is $110. So you're saving $55.90. So I recommend getting that pack if you don't really get dark under your eyes. I obviously get really dark circles under my eyes. So I will use the Premium Glow Pack, which I'm about to read to you. So that includes the Glow Palette, which I just showed you, the Face Base, the Foundation Brush. And it also comes with a Conceal and Illuminate palette, which is this one. It comes with bronzer shades, highlighter shades, and concealer shades. And a mini beauty blender to blend out the concealer under your eyes and all that jazz. So the original price of that is $230, and if you use my code MIAGLOW, you save $80 and it comes down to $150 for you guys. So as you already probably know, it is amazing value for your money. So I want to be really real with you guys in this video. I literally every single day on my Instagram, I get questions from you always asking about my skin. You're asking how my skin's so perfect, how I have that glowy skin. And to be honest, I feel like a little bit of a fraud on Instagram because 90% of my photos I have makeup on, and I look like a different person when I have makeup on. Like, as you can see, my skin is dull. It has a really grey undertone to my skin. I have not been tanning outside this summer at all, on my face especially. Like I have a little bit of a brown body, and that's literally just from going outside, like not deliberately tanning at all. I just have really been thinking about like the effects of tanning on my face. Everyone's been telling me how much it'll age my skin, and I really don't want that. So this is probably like the ugliest I've ever looked in my whole life. I literally look so bad. And I say that because I'm really pale. I have these dark circles under my eyes. I have not been sleeping well lately. And to be honest, more often than not, I'm eating junk food rather than healthy food. When I am on a really strict, healthy eating routine, I do get more of a glowing complexion. Obviously, my dark circles literally vanish, which is amazing. But I'm just, I don't know, I've struggled with this my whole life. Like I just can't keep the motivation up to have a really healthy and clean eating routine. So yeah, I think food definitely plays a big part of your complexion. Like when I'm not eating well, I do get this this look that's going on. I do not have a strict skincare regime. I honestly use micellar water to take my makeup off at the end of the day, and I go to bed. Like, I wash my face in the shower, that's it, in the morning. Like, I don't know, I will use a moisturizer sometimes if my skin's like feeling a bit dry, but that's really it. I don't do anything to my skin, to be honest. I don't really get pimples, but you know, I do get the occasional breakout here and there. And yeah, I just want to be honest with you guys. I wanted to show you that Instagram is not real life. You really need to remember that. People on Instagram probably look a whole lot better than they do in real life. So anyways, this is the world's longest intro ever. I'm gonna get going. So yes, as I said, I've already primed my skin with the Flawless Finish Primer by Runway Room. Next, I'm going to be taking a little bit of the Pink Flesh Concealer, which is in the Premium Summer Glow Pack, which I talked about before, and it is not in the Basic Pack, so just keep that in mind. I'm just going to be putting this on with my ring finger. I don't know why, I always like to do this before my makeup, and then I will put a little bit more concealer on after I put my foundation on, and I use a brush with that. You can already tell the difference, like look at that. Wait, I'm going to turn my light down. Like look at the difference already. That is amazing. I literally just pop some on in 2 seconds. Like, this is my favorite concealer ever. Some days I literally just put a little bit of concealer on because my dark circles are so prominent. Some days I'll literally just put a little bit of concealer on under my eyes and then I go out. Nothing else. Like just sort of make it a little bit more subtle looking. Anyways, a little tip that I like to do with concealer is if you want more coverage on the actual dark circle, pat it. Even with a brush, pat it, or a beauty blender, pat it. If you swipe it around, you lose a lot of the coverage. You can swipe it back here and down here to sort of blend it out into your foundation or your skin. But if you want more coverage on the actual dark circle, pat it on and it'll build up that coverage. Next, I'm going to be going in with the Runway Room foundation. I'm going to be using the shade C today. Just taking 2 pumps on the back of my hand and the Kabuki brush, which I was talking about before. This comes in both the packs. I like to start down at the bottom of my jawline. I usually use E in summer, and I have been using E these last few days, but because I'm not as tan as usual, I thought maybe I should try C. I like to pat over the concealer too, just to ensure that there are no like stark contrasts between the colours of the concealer and the foundation. I can't stress enough how much you need to apply foundation with a brush. Literally all foundations, not just this foundation. Like, the difference in using a brush between your fingers is just insane. Like, I can't believe how many women apply foundation with their fingers. Like, you just get zero coverage payoff, and it just looks so like mucky and not seamless at all. Like, this brush especially is the best brush I've ever used, and it just makes everything look so seamless and beautiful. This foundation, I love it so much because it is weightless and it is so illuminating. Like, you can see right now, I already have like a glow going on. Okay, now you can see that I have some life back into my face. I don't have that grey tone going on anymore. It is a really warm, beautiful tone. Now I'm going to be applying a little bit more of the concealer. I probably don't need it, but I am a concealer junkie, so you know me, I'm always going to have to apply more. I'm going to be using our concealer flathead brush. This doesn't come in the pack. I'm just using this from our brush roll kit. You can still use your finger with concealer. Like, I don't find an issue with that at all. I just like to build up a bit more coverage after the foundation. So I only use a tiny bit, and I just dab it on under my eyes just because I love that brightening effect from the concealer. And I also like to take the excess over my eyelid just to get rid of any discoloration from the purple tones. If you guys are wondering, I would call the finish of this foundation more of a satin-like finish. Isn't overly dewy, but it also isn't a matte foundation. It's somewhere in the middle. Okay, so next from the Conceal and Illuminate palette, I'm going to be using the Illuminator shade down here. So I'm just taking that on my ring finger again, where the concealer was. And I'm literally just going to pop that on the highest points, just a tiny bit. I'm not going to overdo it because we are going to be using a powder as well. Can you see that glow? That is so stunning. My type of glow, if you've seen my videos before, you probably know this, is not the sparkly, glittery glow that all those Instagram girls like. I do not like that. I find that it brings up so much texture in my skin. It makes me look older and like I have pimply skin, and I don't. Like, you can tell that I don't have pimply skin, but it just is so unflattering. And maybe YouTubers use it because they have skin smoothing filters on their camera and you can't really see. I don't know if they do it in real life. I don't know why they do it in real life, because it is so gross. I see so many girls that are obviously watching these YouTube channels and they will go out in public and I'll see them and they have glittery highlighter on all over their face. Like, it's not just a little bit, it's everywhere, and it's so overpowering, so unnatural. And I don't know, I'm just not that kind of person. I don't like that. I don't like it. So I'll be showing you my favorite in just a second. I'm going to take my concealer brush again, just wipe off any concealer that is still on the brush, and I'm going to be taking the contour shade down here just to contour the sides of my nose a tiny bit and my forehead. I'm not going to be going overboard at all. I just want a little bit of a shadow happening. I do this because, first of all, it makes you look really sun-kissed when you have like a little bit of bronzer around your hairline. And also because I have a huge forehead, so I need to try and shrink that in any way possible. Any illusion, I will try it. Also, if you have the same issue, a really good trick that I've been doing lately is actually colouring in your hairline just to bring it down a tiny bit more. Not unnatural. I just do it with like either our brow dust or just a dark shadow that matches your hair. Well, dark for me, but if you're blonde, it depends on your hair colour. But anything that matches your hair colour, I like to just shade in right up on the hairline, and it just sort of makes it look a little bit smaller. I like to go all the way up into the socket right next to the brow and then drag it down. Try and make it as straight as possible. I'm just going to let that sit for a couple of seconds just to make sure that it dries a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit under my lip. This just sort of makes it look like your lips like folding over, makes it look a little bit bigger. And now I'll just blend out this gently. And I'm actually going to take a bit of the illuminator that I just used and put it on my nose down the center. Okay, now for the glow palette, I'm going to be taking the bronzer shade called Vegas Sunset. I'm just going to be taking any angled brush. This one is, of course, from Runway Room. And I'm just going to be taking a little bit of that bronzer on my cheekbones and just warming up the face a little bit. Look at how stunning this bronzer shade is. It's literally the perfect bronzer. If you're bronzing your cheekbones, I use this as contour pretty much. But you want to just, I like to pull my hair back so I can really see exactly like where my bone structure is. And literally, you just want to do it directly under your cheekbone. You don't want to do it too low or it's really unflattering. But this, it's meant to look like a bit of a shadow. So you have like really high cheekbones and then it comes into like a hollow and then out to your jawline again. And just bronze your jawline to make it a little bit more prominent. I'll just do a tiny bit on the sides of my nose just to sort of set that cream in place. And of course my hairline because I love bronzing up here. It just looks really nice. And it's definitely flattering on my face. Big as forehead. Okay, now I've got some colour back into my skin. You can see the glowy. You can see the glow coming along. This, even a bronzer, is glowy. So for cheeks, I'm going to be taking just a small blending brush because I find this is a lot more precise with the application rather than the big highlighter brushes. So I'm going to be taking the illuminator shade in the palette, in the glow palette. I'm going to be placing that right on top of where that cream was. This is where the magic happens. Look at that. Like from the dull, horrible skin that I had before to that glow. Like, oh my god. And we're not even done yet, guys. Isn't it just the prettiest highlighter? Like, it's got a real like pearly finish to it rather than a sparkly, glittery, unnatural finish. Oh, it's just so beautiful. I'm gonna be putting a little bit down the center of my nose and on my cupid's bow. A little bit on my lip, my bottom lip. So I'm going to be doing blush now. This is my Peach Punch blush from the palette. This is like my #1 tip. This blush is literally the best blush you will ever use in your life. So this is, you can buy it individually and it's a huge pan, like it's literally massive. It is like this peachy blush and it actually has the illuminator throughout the blush. So it has little flecks of shimmer, it has little flecks of illuminator, it has peachy tones to it. It is the perfect blush for summer, and this is basically the whole reason that the pack would be called the Summer Glow, because this is like the key to the glow. So I'm just going to be taking a little brush. Of course, this is Runway Room. Again, you can use any brush, like any of your normal brushes, it doesn't really matter. But these are my favorite. I've used them forever and I literally love them. I like to stack on this blush, guys. Like, I literally use so much and I bring it right up the back of my face. Do you understand? Like here, I look so still, like, yes, it looks pretty, but this just makes the world of difference. Like, this looks finished, this looks unfinished. I don't know how people do their makeup without blush. I will never understand it. This is literally the finishing product for me. Like, it brings back the life to your face, doesn't it? I look like I'm alive here. Lifeless. Alive, lifeless. Seriously. Obviously you don't have to use this much. I like to stack it on. It's also extremely pigmented, and I'm going to be using this on my eyes as well. I like to bring it right back over the illuminator, sort of just ties it all together. I don't know, I really like it. So yes, stacked on that blush. You guys might think I'm a little bit crazy. So now for my eyes, I'm actually going to be using the Glow palette. Also, this is the perfect like everyday look. I haven't even finished, but it's just so beautiful. And you can literally put some mascara on and go out now. Like, you don't have to do anything to your eyes. I'm going to be putting the illuminator all over my lid first. And I'm just using that same blending brush from before that I used for my highlighter. So just gonna be stacking that on all the way up to the brow bone, like literally my whole lid. Next, I'm gonna be using the Peach Punch again on the same brush. I'm putting that in my crease. And just lightly washing that all over the lid. Just so it sort of ties the whole thing together. See how beautiful that is? And it also brings it in, like brings the cheeks in, brings the eyes in. It all just sort of works together. That's what I love. You do not need to be a professional makeup artist or have any experience really at all to do this look. It's just the easiest look. Like, I'm literally just not taking any like time or precision into this at all. I'm just literally washing it everywhere. I just don't want to bring it all the way up to the brow. That's really the only thing. Also, just a side note, I like to put on so much blush because blush is the first thing that fades on your face. You can probably already tell it's faded a bit. I'm going to put some more on actually. And also, if you're struggling to find where to put your blush, just smile and see these bits pop out, the apples of your cheek. Just put it there and then blend it back towards your temple. I'm just going to put like a tiny little bit of pink just on my bottom lash line, just because I love shadow under my eye. I just don't feel complete without it. So next, I'm just going to be taking my mascara, Power Lash Mascara by Runway Room, my favorite. Literally, wait till you see the difference. These are my natural lashes too, guys. Like, no extensions, nothing false about this. I've never had anything false done to my face. Okay, look at the difference now between my lashes. I just love this mascara because it's so black. Like, my lashes are quite blonde. Like, they're long, but you'd never know because they're quite blonde, which is weird because my hair's really dark. But here, like, this mascara brings out all those blonde lashes, and it also, it's very volumizing, so my lashes do look a little bit thicker than, you know, they normally are. That's amazing though. The best thing too is it does not smudge. Like, say you do get a little bit on your eyelid, you just wait for a couple minutes, and then once it's dry, you literally can flick it off and it doesn't leave a mark. That's my favorite part because my lashes are really long. They touch like my eyebrow. So usually it'll print all over my eyelid and the makeup that I've just done on my eyes. Anyway, I'm just gonna quickly pop on some eyebrows. My eyebrows have gotten quite thin. So I'm gonna just quickly put on some brow dust by Runway Room. I'm just gonna skip through this because it obviously isn't included in the pack. I just feel like I want a little bit of a thicker brow today. I just realized I didn't put any highlighter under my brow bone, which is literally my favorite part. So I'm just gonna stack that on actually quite a bit, and also a little bit in the inner corner of my eye. All these things are just little tips that I do that makes my skin look like exceptionally glowy. So it's like little things like these that I do that make the biggest difference in the end, like when they're all combined. So I thought a lippy which would look really cute with this is the Gold Rush lip gloss. If you can see, it has tiny flecks of shimmer in it. It's just really pretty, and those shimmers will also give like more of a luminous glow to my lips and just overall to the look. And I've also still got that highlighter on my lips. See how beautiful that is? So I'm going to insert a clip of the beginning of the video of how horrendous I looked. But if you show the end result and the beginning of the video, I will look so different. So yeah, I really hope you guys liked this video. Just wanted to be real with you guys, show you that I don't have a perfect skin care routine. I don't have perfect skin. Like, I have clear skin, but I still look like a corpse when I wake up. Like, it really is the miracle makeup products that I use. So down in the description box below, I will have the packs linked. So the basic summer glow pack and also the deluxe summer glow pack. Do not forget to use my code because you won't get the huge discounts that I was talking about before. So the code is MIAGLOW. I'm going to put it on the screen down here. So do not forget to do that. So once you add the pack to your cart, then it'll take you to the checkout and you have to put in the code there. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.